So, where are we going to start today?
Well, we do have a Gila County Fair coming up.
There we go.
The Northern Gila County Fair.
And yeah, it's been good. We've had them in a couple of times, and it's really good. In fact, I was just talking to Steve Smith, and he's on the board, and going to go out there. They have a volunteer meeting tonight at 6.
Yeah, I'll be out there tomorrow night. 6 o'clock, they're starting it off with something.
The opening ceremony, yeah, hailing our heroes. Oh, just turn this volume up.
Hey, guy. What's his name?
Jin, J-I-N.
J-I-N.
And good morning, Rim Country. Chris Higgins in the studio for the KRIM Community Spotlight Program. And a big thank you to Desert Financial Credit Union for sponsoring our Community Spotlight Program. In the studio with me this morning is District 1 County Supervisor Steve Christensen. Good morning, Steve.
Morning, Chris. Good morning, Rim Country.
Yeah, so, wow, a lot going on here. You came in here, kind of swooped in.
Yeah, I've been here about, what, 45 seconds?
About 45 seconds,
Yeah.
So we're ready to go. But I think it exemplifies, or it just mimics, here in Rim Country, the month of September, how it is crazy up here. So many activities, so many events, so many things happening.
Good time of year.
It is.
At fall, I love it.
Oh, it's
so,
wonderful.
you know, the elk are bugling and the air's getting a little cooler.
It is, and I think by the end of the week, Saturday, it's supposed to be in the low 80s.
That's what I
So
hear.
that's
Maybe a little rain toward the end of the week, I don't know, but
Yeah.
it's a great time of year. We've had a great monsoon this year.
Yeah.
Really good. It's a good place to live.
Well, yeah, we're spoiled. We're spoiled. It's wonderful up here. And speaking of events, there's a really big event that kicks off Thursday. This
Thursday, yeah.
And that is the Northern Gila County Fair.
Yep, Northern Gila County Fair. We have 2 fairs in Gila County. So there is a fairgrounds down in Globe area that actually is owned by the county. Up here, there's no center that's owned by the county, so it's done out at the event center. And Faith Lowry and many other helpers put that on every year. It's the
68th.
68th.
68th this year.
So you know, we're real proud of that.
Oh, yeah.
And Gila County supports that. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, it was interesting talking with Glenn McCombs. He was on yesterday, Plant Fair Nursery.
Yeah.
January 1st, they celebrate their 40th anniversary, Plant Fair Nursery.
Plant Fair Nursery.
40 years. And he seemed to remember Linda, his wife Linda, being involved with the Northern Gila County Fair as soon as they moved here 40 years ago, when it was up in Pine, at the county yard up there, the facility up in Pine.
Yeah.
So she would help out and volunteer, and Glenn involved for probably 20 plus years. So,
Well, it starts tomorrow night at opening ceremonies. I think it's 6.
yeah. Yep.
So go to the fair. Go out there. There's lots to be seen. It's not only at the event center. Part of it's on the tribal property in their buildings. And so there's photography, and there's, of course, horticulture. There's all kind of animals and 4-H, all that kind of stuff. So it's a very Americana event.
Oh,
So
yeah.
please go.
Yeah, and I was just bringing up the website because when Faith was in here the other day, Faith Lowry and Trinity, along with Lisa Harder, a board member as well. I think it's ngcfair.com, and that has the event schedule because there are so many things happening at the fair that you don't want to miss.
No, and it's only once a year, so it's really worth just taking a day and going out and do that.
Yeah, and even if you can get out there multiple days, it is definitely worth it. You know, the carnival is out there Thursday, Friday, and Saturday, so that is a lot of fun. The livestock auction.
Yep.
The showing is Friday, and then the auction Saturday. So you know, that's a great event to go to support.
Yeah. So and you can buy animals. You can buy stuff that's been very well taken care of.
Oh, yeah.
And so you get some quality animals that way if you'd like. And then tomorrow night at 6, Supervisor Klein and myself will be there. So,
Oh, great,
Yeah.
great. Yeah, the animals. We were talking about that a little bit, and you have the opportunity to talk to the young people that raise the animals. They can tell you what they've been feeding them.
Yeah.
Just all the information. So,
Yeah, and they're so proud,
Oh, yeah. Yeah, they do such a great job.
Yeah, so they're learning how to be ranchers and farmers and take care of things, understand the way real life kind of
Yeah.
is.
Yep. Yeah. Great learning responsibility. Great way to do that. And that livestock auction, again, it is at 4 p.m. Registration opens at 3 p.m. So
That's on Saturday.
that's on Saturday. Yeah, you really don't want to miss that.
Oh.
And again, it's ngcfair.com is the website. They also have a Facebook page that you can get information on the fair. And a great event. Boy, that's just one of the things going on. So many things happening. What else is going on with the county?
Well, coming up, we redistricted this year, so
Mhm.
coming up, that'll all take effect in January 1 or first week in January.
Mhm.
And so what that means for northern Gila County is that 2 precincts, the Zane Gray precinct and the Whispering Pine precinct, are going to be going to District 3, which is Woody Klein's district. And so, in a nutshell, what that means is Whispering Pines, Rim Trail, Verde Glen, and then eastward, Bonita Creek, and all the way through to Tono Village, Christopher Creek, and all the way out to Colcord Road. All of that will become part of his district.
Mhm.
Now, that doesn't mean I'm not here for you.
Mhm. Yeah.
So I'm losing those out of my district, but and it's because of population.
Mhm.
So it's the concentrations of population that decide the geographical area of the district.
Mhm.
So Woody's going to end up having the largest geographical district, already does,
Mhm.
2/3 of the county or so,
Mhm.
geographically.
Wow.
So that's a big job for him. He's got to be all the way to the north, to the south, and everything, all eastward, everything. So basically, District 1 is shrinking down to, in a nutshell, kind of a generally Mesa Basin and Mesa Dale, Pine, Strawberry, East Verde Park,
Mhm.
and Geronimo Estates. All those are going to be in District 1. But the area is much smaller, so it actually becomes a little easier for me because I can get around my district quickly
Yeah.
and get in touch with people.
I know when you look at the districts that are so spread out, that contain so much land, so much area,
Yeah,
that is a challenge for the supervisors in those situations, getting out there.
yeah. And so yesterday we had a regular board meeting,
Mhm.
and we set in motion some money to be spent. So what we're doing is putting out requests for proposals and bids, and we're getting plans drawn for several projects. So we received from the federal government ARPA money, okay, American Rescue Plan money, excuse me, and a little over about $10,400,000 and change dollars. So about $10 million.
Mhm.
No strings attached, really. I mean, there's a lot we can spend it on, so we've decided to do a lot of capital improvements on things that we need to, that have been neglected for a long time.
Mhm.
We need to keep up everything in the county, and so we kind of set in motion a $650,000 of that towards several projects, and I'm going to have to use my memory here off the top of my head, but the Veterans Retreat in Young, which is a great thing over there, we're committing some money to that. 230 acres, I believe it is, and it's going to be a veterans retreat for any of the veterans in the United States that want to come, take a little break, take some time, get away from it all, meet with family, things like that. It's going to be really good. So we got that property from the Forest Service, basically for nothing. And so it was their administrative site for the Pleasant Valley District. Now they combined the Pleasant Valley and Payson District together and put all the offices here in Payson. So that was an abandoned site, and they were going to tear down all the buildings, and Woody got in there whatever, 5 years ago and said, no, you're not, you're gonna give it to us. So he's been working hard on that. And so that's one of the projects we're gonna be doing, but here locally, our sheriff's department, which is right here on Main Street, right down the street from us right here, is an aging building and is in need of a remodel, a serious remodel. And so we're going to put some money into that. We're also going to put some money into the courts, which are right there on that same complex where the courts are. They need some remodeling in there. Some of that's going to be sprinkler system, things like that. And so those are all necessary projects. Another one that we're going to be doing is the fairgrounds down in Globe. Had been neglected for a great deal of time. There's over 200 acres there. And it used to be a horse racing venue, basically. But it's the fairground. Now they're having their fair late September. I can't remember the date. So if you want to drive to Globe, they're going to do that. But we've already started working on some of the infrastructure out there. We approved them building some bathrooms now. They've done some paving. They've taken down some buildings that were obsolete. They're cleaning it up, and we have a master plan being developed to turn that into a really multi-event center. So we can have rodeos and concerts. There'll be a place for RVs. There already is kind of a place for RVs, but we're going to expand that and just make it sort of a destination for people, and not just a fairground, not just something that gets used once or twice a year or a quarter. You know, that it would be something that maybe even a venue from Phoenix or something would say, hey, you know, they got a nice facility over there in Globe. Let's go over there and let's hold our car show over there. Or let's have this concert over there. Or let's do a bull riding event over there. And all that brings money into our county, sales tax money, and they spend. And that's the kind of thing you want. If you want to develop more money that goes into the county coffers along with businesses and all of that, you want tourism. Because they come, they spend, and then they go back. So it's really a great deal. Payson benefits a great deal from that, a lot more than people realize. The traffic gets tough. This last weekend, probably the toughest weekend annually for traffic. It was backed up. You got to really plan your driving if you live locally. So.
No, but a big benefit to Payson residents, Rim Country residents, and the entire county.
Right.
The tourism dollars. And that Gila County Fair is September 22nd through the 25th.
Yeah, that's down in Globe. It's actually about 7 miles north of Globe on the way to, I don't know, that nest of the Salt River Canyon, you know, kind of a shortcut to Shalom, whatever it is.
Gotcha.
Yeah. If you've never ridden on that road, that's a thrilling road.
That's a good road.
When you go through the Salt River Canyon, yeah. It's literally like you're driving down into the Grand Canyon. It's a scary thing. It's kind of scary. You're driving along and you can just kind of see over the edge and it's way down.
Not for the faint at heart.
Not for the faint at heart. It's a great place. So.
Oh, well, that's exciting. Yeah, both fairs, the Northern Gila County Fair this weekend, Thursday through Saturday, and then the Gila County Fair in Globe, September 22nd through the 25th.
Right. And let's all remember, we got an election coming up in November.
November 8th, general election.
Yeah, election season is not the most favorite time for people because of all the signs and the commercials and the, you know, and all that. So people get tired of that, but it is what keeps America great. We're able to choose our leaders often. We don't have to have a revolt or a civil war. So choose your leaders wisely.
And let me see, October 11th is last day for voter registration. So if you have not registered, recently moved to the area and need to register here.
A couple ways you can do that.
Yep.
So you can go right into our brand new county facilities during the week and register. Okay, so give yourself a little tour, go over there. Or you can go to, you know, there's a couple Republican clubs here in town. There's a Democrat club as well. I think they're still open. And I'm sure you can register at all those places. It just takes a minute. So please vote.
And it's very easy online. you don't want to leave your home, you can do it on the what is it? AZ, what is it? Where you register your vehicles, like the MVD site.
The MVD?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So
I didn't know that.
You can do it online as well.
Yeah.
And yeah, very easy. And so October 11th, last day of registration, and then October 12th is when early ballots get mailed out.
Sure. And early voting opens up. So please vote. It's easy to vote in America.
Mm-hmm.
And not all of us vote.
Mm-hmm.
I was pleased to see, though, during the primary, it was more than 50%. I think it was in the high 60s, wasn't it?
Yeah, and usually in the primary, you get, or in the general, there's even a little higher turnout.
And here, this is a midterm,
Mhm.
what they call the midterm elections, which it's not presidential. And so to have a turnout like that was pretty good.
Yeah, yeah. So, let me see, when is your next, what is it, supervisor meeting?
Well, we'll have one on Tuesday. It's
Okay.
generally every Tuesday. Now, and I would encourage people to listen in. I understand you can be on YouTube, but I don't really know that process, how to go through that. I think you just go to our website and somehow it's
Yeah.
available.
Okay.
But I've heard people that struggle with that. I've never really investigated how to go there. But one thing you can do is you can actually attend our meeting by coming down to the new county facility here on Frontier and
Okay.
Colcord and going into the, I call it the courtroom, okay? It's the multi-purpose room.
Yeah.
And there's a great big screen set up there. You can listen to our meeting. There's places where you can actually speak at the meeting. It's a call to the public, which is generally at the end of the meeting. So you can come, attend, listen, and be a part of the meeting without having to drive to Globe.
Okay. What time does the meeting
10
start?
o'clock,
10 o'clock.
10 o'clock generally every Tuesday, but
Okay.
you know, it's on the website, so you can, we sometimes don't have one.
Uh-huh.
It seemed like about every month or two, we don't have a meeting on Tuesday.
Okay.
So, and it's very sporadic, there's no real rhythm to it. I don't know how they determine all these things.
Well, yeah, probably just agenda driven. If there's items that need to be taken care of, then you have the meeting. If there's nothing that needs to be addressed.
It was funny, a couple weeks ago, we had a meeting on Monday. And it's
Oh.
like, we never do that, so.
Huh.
But the reason we had it on a Monday, I understood, was that we needed to make a couple decisions on some stuff that Tuesday would have been too late.
Gotcha. Started my elbow hit a little
Oh.
spot there. Yeah,
Multitasking.
I know, not trying to do that, but that's what happened. And yeah, so a little bonus there.
We're paying our people a little bit better now, we voted
Yeah.
that in, and so we're seeing a lot of people now applying for jobs. We're filling positions,
Oh, that is great.
not full yet, so if you want a job, the county has jobs available. Okay, so you would want to go to our website, or you could go to discovergilacounty.com, and there's places on there that have actually people around town that are advertising for jobs along with the county as well. So we're paying, we had a pretty significant pay increase, so we've able to increase our workers out on the road crews and also the detention officers and probation and just kind of all around secretarial work and all of that. There's just there's a lot available, and so we've had a few people leave as well, retire, that sort of thing, and so those jobs are posted.
Yeah. Yeah.
And so please go to the Gila County website and look up for employment if you'd like to be employed, because now we're not going to pay the best. We're not going to pay like what Apple's going to pay you, or Intel, or working at a smelter, but we do have good benefits. So if you decide to stick with us for a while, we're going to get you some pretty good health care. We pay about 90% of what the health care cost is.
Oh, that's great.
So you do have to contribute to it, but it's almost employee provided.
Yes.
Employer provided,
Yeah.
not completely. I pay some, but Then, of course, we have a retirement program as well, and you contribute to that, but then we contribute to that too, the county does. So,
Yeah.
A lot of people choose that and stick with it, and then it works out good for them in the end.
Yeah. And real easy to find. I'm looking at the mobile site right now on the phone, and it's gilacountyaz.gov. And wow, almost near the top of the page right there, now hiring. So you can just click right there
Yeah.
and see a complete list of jobs available that are open throughout the county. You can filter it. So if you're looking just for Payson, just for Globe, you can see and have the jobs displayed that are just in those areas. But,
Yeah, positions in Young as well, I
in
believe.
Young.
So,
yeah,
take a look,
yeah,
consider it. Everywhere people are having difficult time filling positions. I've heard of a few people just going out of business. I won't name who they are, but they're just going out of business. They can't get employees. So they just said, that's it, we'll do something else.
yeah,
And I never thought I would ever see that, actually. When I was growing up, I felt very privileged that someone would offer me a job.
Well, I know I spoke at the high school last year, at the end of the year. It was last year, yeah, and it was interesting because I thought back to the 80s, in the 90s, when you had people coming out of college that were degreed and there were no jobs, like no jobs. All the businesses had all the employees they needed, and people
Yeah.
couldn't get hired. It's almost the opposite now.
Yeah.
And it's crazy. There's so much opportunity.
Yeah, it's very true. And so I believe it's very patriotic of you to say, I want to be a part of my community. I want to work for what I earn. I want to make my own way. I want to improve my life. I want to buy a house. I want to build a family. That's kind of like the American dream. And so I don't know how the vast majority of people are living that don't have jobs. I mean, rent is high, gas is high, inflation. I don't know how they're paying for things. So,
Yeah. Yeah, but there are all those opportunities out there.
yes,
For sure. And the county is a great opportunity, as you said.
I think it is.
Yeah.
Yeah.
For all of those additional reasons.
Yeah.
The benefits and retirement and yeah.
Well, and most government, the construct with a government generally is that we don't lay people off when we have a downturn in the economy, or so it's your job is more secure. I think with a government type job, may not pay as much, but there's security there and longevity there, that kind of thing.
Yeah, there are
And where
those.
if you do go to work for a business and then their business suffers, you may get laid off or have to choose another choice, make a move, whatever.
Yeah.
So
No, very, very
there's
true.
something for everybody.
Yeah. So again, the website is Gila County AZ, and I'm on the government jobs. Let me go back here. gilacountyaz.gov. Yep. And now hiring right there. So anything else you'd like to share?
Oh, I'm trying to think.
4 minutes.
We're always trying to improve our inventory of vehicles. Okay, so it's been a few years since we've really had the cash flow to make some of those changes through COVID and everything. Was kind of a scary time, so the county really cut back to bare minimum on spending. And so we have a lot of vehicles. Well, I shouldn't say a lot. There's a number of vehicles that just need to be cycled out. They're to a point where they're actually more expensive to keep than they are to just get rid of and start over.
Yeah.
I mean, a lot of people driving. So there's always the evaluation of how many vehicles we have, which is in the 300 some range. Okay, and the sheriff's department is probably the hardest ones on vehicles. They drive a lot. They're out on dirt roads and things, so
Yeah.
we try and keep them up to date. We've bought a lot of new vehicles for them, so we're doing pretty good with them. And then there's vehicles that don't get used very much. They may have been assigned to someone, but they don't drive it. much. It's really not needed. They maybe put 8,000 to 10,000 miles on it a year.
Mhm.
And so we're getting those vehicles, say, you don't really need this vehicle, so bye-bye, it's going away.
Mhm.
And we then auction those off or whatever. And then we're transitioning to a system where we call it a rental system. And that's where the county owns the vehicles, but people within the county that need a vehicle can then go through the process of renting that vehicle in essence.
Mhm.
They're not really renting it,
Yeah,
but that's what they call it.
gotcha.
So it's like they borrow a vehicle, it's in our fleet, it's not assigned to any particular person, it doesn't go home,
Yeah.
it stays at the facilities, and then we're improving those to where all of those are very drivable and reliable. We don't want people to get in a vehicle that may break down on them and that sort of thing. And
Mhm.
so we're doing that. And the maintenance out in Star Valley, you know, I call it the blue buildings,
Mhm.
they're doing great. We've been able to hire some more mechanics out there. We now have a new chief supervisor for the mechanics, so that position was filled.
Nice. Okay.
And some people have left, and we've been able to replace them. And so we've taken a trend, and the trend was, what are we going to do when everybody's gone? Because everybody was kind of leaving.
Mhm.
They weren't getting paid enough and things like that. And I understand that. You got to make a living. You're a young family or whatever. You've got kids to support and everything. So the landfill, we're doing great. We're hiring more people. It's really working out great.
Well, that is good. Very good to hear. Well, again, if you're looking for an employment opportunity, visit GilaCountyAZ.gov or discover GilaCounty.com, that website, because not only are there links, is there a link to the GilaCountyAZ.gov website for the
Yep.
Gila County jobs, but there's private businesses that
Yep.
can post their jobs or have them posted on that site as well. So
Yeah, and if you have not been to that site, it's won many, many, many awards.
Mhm.
Best of this, best of that, top-notch Arizona, this and that, best county website, everything.
Mhm.
And so that is run through the Industrial Development Authority, so
Mhm.
it has its own board,
Mhm.
and it basically gets sponsored by the county. And so what it is it's an economic development site.
Mhm.
Okay, it's not just a website. And so if you are interested in learning about places to go in Gila County, restaurants to eat at, places to shop, tourist locations, it's just full of that stuff.
Mhm.
There's little miniature videos about go here, go there,
Yeah.
and it's just a really fantastic site.
Mhm.
It's been so good for Gila County. We have made millions of dollars in tourism,
Mhm.
over $8 million in
Mhm.
like per year for the last 2 years.
Mm.
So that's serious money.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. No, it is a great resource, a great place to find out and learn more about Gila County
Yes.
and all the attractions in
Right.
Gila County. So, well, Steve, thank you so much for coming on this morning.
Pleasure.
There you go. Half an hour goes by pretty quick.
Is it?
And but a lot of good things happening, and again, reminding everyone the Northern Gila County Fair kickoff, the Hailing Our Heroes ceremony is Thursday at 6 p.m. Gates open at 5, so we'd love to see you out there. And there's events and different things happening all the way through Saturday. And a real big part of that fair is the livestock auction, which is Saturday at 4 p.m. You can register at 3 p.m. to participate in the auction. So it'd be great if you can come out and support those young people in their efforts with raising those animals, and just show them that you really care and that you support them, and because they do a phenomenal job with that. So thank you everyone for tuning in. Thank you everyone for watching on our Facebook Live. Time to get back to the music now with some Whitesnake, David Bowie, The Doors, and more. But first, let's get a quick update from the National Weather Service.
Cool.
There we go. All right. Yeah, that didn't realize the Northern Gila County Fair, 68 years. So That would be 56? 56, or no, 54, 1954 would be 22, yeah, 1954. The Gila County Fair, 1970, so that started 16 years before even the county fair.
Wow.
And I wonder, I think that might have been the county fair and then became the Northern Gila County Fair, I think. See you later, guys. Have a great